Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to what is obviously Vintage Story, where the last stream pretty much ended with me having created a forge. No, not a forge, I beg your pardon. An anvil, and started to make a blacksmith's workshop, which is a huge step forward because now I can make stuff after I make the forge. And now I've got to make a forge. Hang on a second. Let me just make sure everything here is more or less working. Oh, okay, we're all good. Yeah, that is significant. If I can get the forge made, and cross fingers, I think I know how I can make that, I can then make a chisel. And for the, I need a chisel of all things, so I can make a quern. If I have a quern, I can make flour, I can make pulverized flint, I can make fire clay, all of which are huge steps forward. I can make a saw. I could make there's a whole bunch of stuff that is made so much easier. Well, possible. If I have a quern and an oven. Oh, yeah. So much to do. See if I can get everything in the right order without freezing to death or starving to death. Oh. And I have a problem, don't I? I forgot about this. I need to make torches. Because my torches have gone out. And I need to make a fire starter. And I can never remember how to do this. How about that? I did remember. Yeah. This is not good. Where's my torch? This is seriously not good. Ay. If anybody can see a torch in all this, I would greatly appreciate the knowledge. Oh, come on. Yeah. It's crazy. Right, now we have some progress. I can actually see what I'm doing. So, quick rundown. This is where I'm starting to build stuff. Yeah, this is pretty much everything you need to know right now. Okay, I need food. Oops. I need to make more food. Let's see, carrot, onions. Yay. If there is a more terrifying thing in this game than not being able to see, I'm not entirely certain what it is. So I do apologize for the several minutes of complete blackness while I try and figure out where my torches were. Come on, light the fire. You could be kidding me. I don't really envisage that being any closer will help, but still. Why am I not getting a fire? Do I necessarily want the answer to that question? There we go. And I need to put my bed down. I don't actually use the bed very much, obviously, but right, that's a little bit of a relief. Food is underway. And that's all the food I have. Plus what's in here to get me through winter. Cross fingers. Got sufficient. All this progress is kind of moot if I can't survive. Now I need rubble. Yeah, which I don't really have. Ah, do you know what I might be able to do? No, I can't. It doesn't break into rubble, does it? I've got to go mining. But if I get a chisel, I can break down things like the tin. If I can do that, I should be able to figure out a way to make bronze. Yes, thank goodness. Hot food. So, what do I need to do next? It's not much I can do until morning, when I can go and stick some of this stuff somewhere where it's oops. I got granite right outside. I think I can make a forge out of granite. I'm hoping I've got enough what's the expression? Stuff. Clay. Clay's a problem. This is the clay I've got. I think That might be enough. I think I can use the blue clay. There's all this. I think. Right. So while we are slightly warming up, what have I got in here? I've got copper and zinc solidified in there. That's all right. Do I want to start shifting, or do I want to do this? Let's have a look, see. How do I make bronze? Bronze. Let's see, I just want regular bronze. Nope, that's not helpful. Smelting. Here we go. Smelting. Okay, no, that's something else. How do I smelt bronze? Okay. No, not helpful. How do I smelt this stuff? 3, 4. No. Alloyed from copper. Ah, okay, tin bits. I've actually tried this before, where I tried to alloyed from, yeah, obviously tin and copper, but it's not giving me a clear idea. Still, while we have this going, I can actually continue with my usual nighttime activity, which is panning. Yeah. All right, let's dunk our nether bits into freezing cold water and start our regular evening activity. It's only -8 outside. The good news is I have 4 ingots of copper and 1 of tin so far, so actually it wouldn't hurt at all to smelt some more tin. It's a good job I've been keeping all this flint, from what I gather. You can make fire clay. Now, if I actually had to go finding clay, that's a bit of a problem. There is clay nearby, but out in the freezing cold is not a fantastic situation to be in. But I don't need a lot of fire clay to make an oven. Hey, little nuggets! How are you doing? Now, if it turns out I can't make cobblestone from granite, I am in serious trouble as well. Yeah, I know the feeling. I don't suppose I can make cobblestone out of this stuff. Can I make cobblestone out of slate? And then can I make a forge out of that? Don't need the copper right now, to be honest. Let us instead. Let us instead see about doing something with this tin. That was the one that has... That's got tin. Right. Because I do have quite a bit of tin. How many units has this got in it? 25 units of zinc. I want... So that's 5. Let me see. I'm having to think here. I want 100 units total. So I need... Oops. 15 should do it, I think. 15 plus what's already in there. Right. All right. Right, I'm actually not sure how this is working, but we'll see. Getting through my charcoal fairly quickly. So in principle, I'm hoping it contains 25 units of zinc. If I add another 15, that will give me 75. And then I can cast another mold. Where's my mold gone? Has anybody seen a mold? Where's my molds? Ah, here we go. Ah, okay, I can't just add to it, you silly system. Okay. 75 units plus... Oh, 25. Yeah, that works. Yeah, that'll give me 1 complete mold. And then I can look at bronze. Once this is done. Yeah, the smithing requirements for... That's interesting. Why do I have to do it this way? I think I was. Where have you been driving to, little nugget? Anywhere interesting? Oh wow, that is a long drive. Okay, it's saying it contains molten zinc, but I guess that's got to get up to 1300 degrees, so... I am confused. Why isn't that heating up? It says it contains molten zinc, which means it should be over here. But... Ah! Okay. You're going to be peculiar with me. Right. There we go. Oh, grief, yeah. Well, don't forget, little nugget, you created the opportunity for yourself, so... So, that's our tin. Now, let's see. Oh, no. Alright, now, here's the thing. Ah, no, I need... No. I don't have enough copper for what I want to do next, but at least I've got tin going. And at least I calculated the numbers properly. No, I spent my entire life being humble, or at least doing a reasonable facsimile of it, and it never did me any good. At least in my business, people never got anywhere by being humble. But I suppose I wasn't prepared to do what was necessary in order to be anything else. Sorry, I'm griping. I shouldn't. Some things about business seriously irritates me. Let's see, what's that? Oh, I've got more crucibles. That's good. Nope, I don't want. I haven't thrown those out because, in principle, you should be able to open those up and use them as storage in the next update. Right. What time of day is it? It is... Okay, it's almost time that I can go and try the next experiment. And I will probably need a pick for that, so let's make a pick. Oh. I thought, for whatever reason, you can't make a pick out of... okay. I thought... I'm thinking Minecraft, aren't I? I must be thinking Minecraft. Right. So, I've got to hope that my copper pickaxe here is sufficient for what I need. So, while we're at it, we will have a look at what I need to make a forge. Which, yeah, cobblestone. Cobblestone is stones and clay. And I looked yesterday online and it looks like I can use granite for that purpose. If I can't, well, then I'm going to be in trouble. But I think you can. I'm hoping I can. Wow. Yeah, you can see how the snow affects you. it can actually snow me in. And I am going to need torches for underground. Although I don't plan on staying there very long, but I might very well need them briefly. I don't need a huge amount for the experiment. If necessary, I can make more copper, and I need 100 copper, and I can always make another pickaxe. I have a suspicion I'm going to end up making another pickaxe, so we'll go down and get my pickaxe mold. Oh, thank goodness for that. I didn't realize I'd made that. My life just got so much easier. Yes. Oh, that's actually a significant relief. Yeah. Well, I don't know about you, Little Nugget. I'd rather have the money and the problem of not letting it go to my head than not having the money, and therefore I don't have to worry about it going to my head. Hang on. Oh, it's still too hot. No wonder I can't pick it up. Alright, so what we're doing here is a quick dash. Oh yeah, I have got charcoal going. Right, let's go and see if we can very quickly grab some. Yeah, and you can sort of see why I need. Yeah, so this is the experiment. Oops. I need, in principle, a bunch of this stuff. Hope it works. Yeah, it's like the old adage, money can't buy you happiness. Maybe not, but I'd like to give it the opportunity. Here's the funny thing, actually, money does buy you happiness. The idea that money can't buy you happiness, I don't know who came up with it, but I suspect it was a rich person who didn't want people getting ideas above their station. Yeah. It's the kind of thing the rich would say to the poor, isn't it? To keep them in their place. Yeah. And it is true, it can't buy you love, but I'll tell you what, it can probably buy you a reasonable facsimile until you find the real thing. Ooh, that's awfully cynical on my part, isn't it? Why am I still carrying that? Okay. I didn't get too cold. That's the good thing. The good thing is it does appear that... I can't remember what I was going to say next. Right, let's grab some of this. So here is the principle of the thing. Can I... If I put clay in there... Yes! Look! Okay. Ooh, more than I needed. Can I now make a forge? I could make 2 forges. I've got a forge. This is huge, by the way. And this is me extrapolating from something or other. So what we're going to do is bust out a bit of a hole here, and we'll stick our forge out, sort of outside, semi-outside. And I want my packed dirt. Yeah, exactly. Oh, look at this. Now, one chisel. I am so glad I could just use random clay bits. Just looking for a safe place to stick my packed dirt. There we go. Right, so here is the thing. I need a chisel. I make a chisel by adding fuel. All right. Here's where we get interesting. And let's ignite this. Oh, I've got to use a torch for that. Now, apparently I need a hammer. Whoops. I am going to assume, even though it doesn't say, that I do need tongs, because that would make sense. How do I know? That's up to temperature. Okay, hang on a second. I can do this. Forge. Smithing. Okay, it simply says when it's hot enough. How do I know when it's hot enough? No. Crafting mechanic. Oh, thank you, Master Bandit. Ha! Okay. Not helping me. I think I needed another. Oh boy, they made this complicated, didn't they? Um. Oof. I'm not doing this right. Oh, grief, I see. Wow. Now what do I do? Um, think I'm getting there. They really went all out with this. Yes! Like a chisel. Yeah. Control. Oh, control shift. Control shift. Eh. Alright, just put it on the ground. I've got a chisel! I've actually got a chisel! You've got no idea the achievement that is. Alright, how do I make a saw? Because I want a saw. I don't have a quench tank. I don't have a quench tank. All I've got is this over here, which is not a water source. I'll just let it cool down. Unless. Yeah, that's not helping. No. That doesn't help. What do you mean you have to cue it there? Oh, you have to drop it. Thank you. Thank you very much. That's very helpful. As if placing it makes a difference. Got a chisel. Thank you. That's very helpful. Right. Thanks very much. That's very helpful, Master Bandit. When you said you have to cue it there, my mind was like, what? Oh, drop it? Okay. Yeah. Thank you. So, for our next step is, I need a chisel. I want to make a saw. Yeah. Yep, I got it. But I don't need a saw just yet. What I need to do now is see if I can't make a quern. Granite quern. I need a chisel. That, and a hammer. Okay. I can do this. I need sticks. I need a hammer, and I need a chisel. Right, let's see if we can make a quern. I must admit, I love the blacksmithing mechanic. That is actually pretty clever. It does actually give you a pretty reasonable idea how that works. Right, so quern is stick, chisel, hammer, and sticks. I've got a quern. Got no idea how potentially useful this will be. I need a bigger working area, really. Ha! I've got a quern! Now, I need fire clay. Now, for fire clay, you can either dig it up or you can make it, from what I understand. So, and I understand you can actually, yeah. Okay, powdered calcined flint. What is powdered calcined flint? Oh, just grind it? Okay. Coming right up. One thing I have a plethora of is flint. So... what? Yes. I just realized. Do I? Okay. Why did it not tell me that? Powdered calcined flint. Created by grinding. Created by... oh, okay. Smelting temperature. Oh, I didn't realize you could do this. Do I need a forge? Smelting and bloomery. Cooking, roasting, smelting. Okay. I don't necessarily need 64. How much actual flint do I need? What am I making? Oh, grief. Brains decided to go on temporary hiatus. Fire clay. Okay, I need fire clay, which I mean, okay, so that creates that. I need fire clay to make an oven. I need to make an oven. Let's see. Clay oven, which needs... Yes. Now, please tell me how to make it. Oh, come on. No, it's okay. I don't need to be handheld through this. Hints are fine. It's okay. I've actually found this out before. Baking, baking, baking. Sometimes you just got to go through baking in oven, bakes into oven, preheat oven. What I could do, let me see. As I say, don't tell me. Clay oven. Why doesn't it actually... No. Why don't you just give me the blasted recipe? Fire clay. All right. Clay oven. What? Really? That doesn't make any sense. Okay. I suppose that makes... Hang on. Oh, yes, you're quite right. Look at you. Thank you. All right. Where is... That doesn't make any sense to me that you would do it in that way, because that's not actually how you make that kind of thing. I didn't even know. The good news is I've got more charcoal, I think. Yes, I do. Don't know if this is the easiest way to get the... Works about the same speed. It's all right. While that's working, I will collect my charcoal. Yeah, I just figured that one out. It doesn't actually break it any faster. Today is proving to be a significant learning experience. By the way, if the person who is watching, I picked up a third subscription, I think overnight, so if that person is watching, thank you very much indeed. A third subscription on Twitch, I mean. As in, someone gave me money. I am, I think, in principle, nearly halfway to my first payout from Twitch. Which sounds crazy, doesn't it? But the simple truth is, eventually that will help finance this channel in terms of equipment and this kind of thing, or help pay for some of the things that I end up buying to improve the channel. The funny thing is, of course, any improvements to the channel nobody gets to see except me, although I will show off and tell you all about it. So I'm that kind of person, because I'm a geek. Don't. Oh good, this actually, it's working. This isn't the best way of doing this because it will just spill over. I've got to have a better way of storing this stuff. I'm running out of storage. I still don't know how to empty that stupid bowl, but still. You blasted thing. Alright, no problem. The only problem is it actually sticks some of this outside. So. Right. Progress, progress, progress. Excuse me. Yes, I know. It's it's all, yeah, the technology tree is obviously significant, which is fine. Got no problem with that at all. But just getting these two items has taken forever. Plus it's winter. Plus, it's it's a survival game. I am almost ready to break into the Bronze Age, actually. Everything is... Yeah, I need a saw, I need this, I need that, I need the other, I need more copper, because I always need more copper. Right, let's see. It is coming up to the hour, which means my bladder will demand I take a break. So I shall be right back. Oh yeah, no, I mean this is let me go and do the whole bladder emptying thing that my 60-year-old physiology demands, plus the ungodly amount of caffeine required to keep me awake at this hour. And yeah, I'll be right back. And yeah, I realized I hadn't set up the right scene background. Silly me. The travails of a daily streamer, you forget stuff. Apologies for that. Right. Okay, so that's a start. We will see now. Yeah, I mean, the funny thing is, in between various, if you take Minecraft as the base, Minecraft's got a lot, obviously got a lot going for it, in terms of things like redstone and things you can do with that. And then you take things like create mod, and then you take things like this game, like Vintage Story. It strikes me as there is distinct potential for a complete game that merges all the good bits of that. I would love it if I don't suppose this game has the equivalent of Redstone. I don't know. Redstone's a fantastic thing. As far as I'm aware, Minecraft is the only game which has a mechanic even vaguely of processing, approaching that kind of mechanic. Aha! Powdered calcined flint. Now let's go and make some clay. Some fire clay. And I don't know how much I need. Where did I put? We'll use the blue clay, seeing as it's what I've got. And it is... That's probably excessive, but that's fine. Huh. Ah, look at this. Requires 69 fire clay. Okie doke. I've got a way to go. Fortunately, I have a bit more. Let's see. Don't know if I can mix this up. I can. I need more clay. That's fine. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I'm so close. Problem is the nearest clay deposit is not exactly convenient. But do you know what I mean? There's so many aspects to the different games. I'd love it if they were all somehow combined so that you had the deep technology tree and that this has. This is fantastic. It's much more satisfying than Minecraft, where you simply put a couple of sticks down and stones in a certain order and bingo, you're done. That's fine. But then, yeah, you've got all the other. I mean, this is so far, this is obviously a very slow paced Minecraft in many respects, which is, again, absolutely fine. But I hope that there is some kind of automation in here. Redstone would not be completely inappropriate for this at some point, or electricity, or the create mod. The create mod in this would be fantastic. Oh no. Oh dear. You and I are. I didn't realize you are probably a little bit older than me. Yeah. When you hit 60, your body starts doing weird things. Right. We've got that. We've got that. I need clay. Okay, so now the good thing is, I can go back. I all that blue clay came from sifting, panning, which sounds a dreadfully boring way of doing things, but you know what? It does work. I wouldn't have all the flint I have. Yeah. Yeah, it's surprisingly good. This, by the way, is just survival. There's no monsters spawning, there's no rifts. I just wanted the survival experience. I had no interest in the in everything else. I have to say, this morning is weird. I've got two people watching on YouTube. Maybe the three watching. Okay. Vintage Story as a streamer has actually been fairly successful for me, which is. But then my last few days have actually been quite successful. Yeah, I've seen. Oh, who? I've mostly watched Gemini Tay playing Vintage Story, and I've got no objection to the monsters and all this kind of thing. But the thing that put me off regular mode per se was the traders. They are irritating as hell. I hate the voices. I hate this sort of flute-like noise type thing they insist on doing. So, yeah, you know, when the time came to actually set up a game, it was, I want survival. You know, I want that whole technology tree thing without having to worry about the monsters. I mean, the wolves and the bears are bad enough as it is. I mean, I think I've died mostly to bear attacks. One thing I wish they'd do, um, and that actually applies to this and Hightail and Minecraft, is improved terrain generation. There's a mod for that in Minecraft, and it incorporates the use of half blocks in terrain generation, and it makes things look quite a bit better. I did a video at the weekend. It's the one where I compare Sodium and Vulcan on an M4 Mac Mini. But towards the end of that, I actually start putting in some other mods. Improved terrain generation, the sit mod, the crawl mod. All not huge changes to Minecraft, but adding very much worthwhile changes. Including, I also had improved animations. What do they call them? The fast animations resource packs. Yeah, it still looks like baseline Minecraft, but improved. So I think Hightail and Vintage Story should also do that improved terrain generation, just so you get that smoother look to the landscape. It can, in some scenes, it makes a huge difference. One area in particular I observed was that for beaches and riverbanks, having that smoother transition from water to the landscape around it, to me, it makes a substantial and very much worthwhile difference. I suppose the other thing, actually, the Create mod would be a better fit for this than Redstone. I've got a world somewhere, which I haven't played in a while, where all the automation is done solely with the Create mod. I decided I wasn't going to use Redstone at all. If you haven't seen the Create mod, anybody, it basically adds, cogs and gears and wheels and this kind of thing into Minecraft. Water wheels, windmills. Although I wouldn't be surprised if you couldn't produce a proper windmill in this. There's a lot I don't know about. I know for example, you can build a small sailing ship. So yeah, my end observation is there's all kinds of elements out there that if they were all brought together would basically, produce a sort of improved Minecraft experience, if you like. Oh, I'm getting cold. Yeah. I suspect being hip deep in flowing water, even though I'm not getting cold per se, is not doing me any favors. Yes, I know, I just saw that. I will now warm my backside by the fire. Yeah, I'm familiar with that. Oh, it's minus 12 outside. Yeah, the chimney didn't work out because rain would come straight down, so I had to block it off. And we are in December. That's all the clay I got. I'm going to have to try to risk dashing out. Go and get more clay. don't want to do that. It's going to get quite dangerous, and I don't have... Yep, I am going to have to go and dig for clay. Oh no, I became aware of that one fairly early on. It also tells you how soaked you are. Ooh. Oops. I should actually make some more food. Because that's only got... Yeah, okay. I am going to run out of food shortly, so we are going to have to do some more stew / porridge. And I know. Why can't I make stew with that? Or can I? Let's try something. So, no matching recipe found. That's fine. Let's see. Okay, doesn't want me to make... Why can't I make stew with... Doesn't want me to... Fine. Be difficult. Oh, that's not something I wanted to do. Snacks. The last of my berries. It's the last of my protein, too. Wow, how much blue clay did I manage to collect just through doing this? I got all my tin this way. Where did I put... Where did I put that? Oh, there. I wondered where I put that lot. So, I'm going to need a shovel, probably. Because I'm going to have to go out and find clay. Wow. I wonder how fast my temperature will drop. It sort of becomes an interesting question. Try and remember where the clay is around here. Where is... Did I mark? I didn't mark it on the map, did I? Why aren't I further south? Where it's warm, instead of being up here. Where's the nearest clay around here? Trying to think. Where's the nearest clay where I don't actually get myself eaten by something? I'm going to be checking my temperature fairly regularly. I think my nearest clay is actually over this hill. And yeah, I'm going to be checking my body temperature frequently because I don't want to suddenly end up freezing to death. I think there was some over here. .3. Sworn there was clay around this area. Problem is, I don't want to have to deal with the wolf. Wow. I think that's the first time I've managed to fight off a wolf without being injured. course, the logical place for clay is near the... But you can see I can't actually stay out all that long because I start to freeze to death in minus 10 degrees centigrade weather. It's frantically trying to remember if there's any nearby. Yeah, my temperature's dropping a lot. And I don't have decent clothing because I didn't prioritize it early enough. Let's warm up. It's one of the things I forgot to do, didn't realize I was going to need. I mean, I suppose the good news is with enough effort, I can actually get all the clay I need. It's just going to take a while because I do know that I will eventually get all the clay I need from panning. And that is unpleasant out there, and I am still getting cold. Yep, I am. So at some point I'm going to have to chop down trees. Actually, I only need a couple. So I think I'm going to be spending... Oops, I nearly went backwards into the fire. That would have been painful. 2nd of December, I've got 7 more days in... I think it's 7, isn't it? I think I'm going to be spending a lot of time panning my sand. It's not the most entertaining way of playing the game, I imagine, but under the circumstances, if I want to survive, that's what I'm going to have to do. Actually, I just realized there's something I need. I haven't got my daily screenshot. Give you a feel for what the weather's like. This is very Minecraft 2011. All right. Okay, there we go. One screenshot, and yeah. This is my farm area, Mars Bandit. I spent a significant chunk of winter digging it out and replacing the soil. So when I can start planting again, I will hit the ground running. That's why I have all these seeds and what have you. All right. Yeah, I was concerned that I hadn't been aggressive enough building the farm, so I thought it's winter. All right, I can't. What am I going to do over winter? Right, first of all, enlarge the farm, replace all the soil. When when planting season arrives, start immediately. Uh, Figure out how to keep the soil fertile. Figure out how to keep irrigated, which is why I need a bucket. Which you get the general drift. I I'm almost afraid to sit down and calculate how long the supplies I've got will last. My best estimate, it should last me through into the planting season at least. And then I can subsist if necessary on fish or whatever. Until the berries start to bloom, because that's why I have the berry orchard right outside. So, and of course, I'm also using winter to make the infrastructure, if you like, for next year. The anvil, the quern, the oven, the forge, all this stuff is what I'm using winter for doing, so that I've got it all done for next year. So that was my plan. Other thing I kind of want to do now, sort of, is figure out how to make bronze. Now, don't tell me necessarily, but making bronze in principle, I would need, at a rough guess, 19 copper to 1 tin. That will make bronze. In reality, don't know how it will do it in this game, but I should be able to smelt the two together. Should be able to. I will certainly give it a try. But there should be some combination where I put it together and I get bronze. Because I do know that yeah, tin and bronze have... Yeah, you can... I thought it did. Well, I think it should. Yes, I did see that. It's variable. Uh, tin, bronze. Come on. Right. Bronze bits. Yeah. 8 to 12%. Okay, so that is more like that's 2 bits of tin and then the rest copper. That's not helpful, but okay, it should be. That looks like it would be 2 bits of tin and the rest copper. That's what it looks like. So we'll give that a try. I think in reality, yeah, I haven't. I would need to go check what it is in reality. We'll try it and see. Oh boy, that does not look like good weather. The stupid thing is, in a way, you know what? In a way, I'm very glad. Um, I kind of wanted to experience winter, but if you look here, um, I know that I think it's this region, or is it this region, is actually substantially warmer. But I'm kind of glad that I am where I am because it's not because it's a challenge. I don't necessarily need the challenge. Is because it feels like an authentic part of the game, if you know what I mean. Where did I put my... Aha! Okay, so, in principle then, let's see. I should be able to make bronze. Now, what do I want to make with bronze? Axe. I need an axe. Made by smithing. Oh, you don't cast it, you smith it. So I do need tin bronze ingots. Ah, the silly thing is you can actually make this kind of stuff by smelting it. You can make a bronze sword by casting it. But that's fine. That's how they do it. Yeah. Which also I need. Right, let's actually give this a try. That is... No. So here... Blast you. So here's the principle, as I understand it so far. Oh, grief, have I... Oh, no. I will start this off with... Right, so here's the principle of the thing. Let's grab my tin. So it says 8 to 12%, which is... This would be 10%. And then I need... $18... 14. Oh, come on, just dump it in there. So that's 100 units. So that's 20 units. Total 100 units. 10% zinc. 90% copper. In principle, except it's not doing that. A third? A third? That doesn't make any sense. Or hang on a second. mean I need a third item? Oh! Oh, this is... Oh, it's tin, isn't it? I don't have tin. That's zinc. Oh. Ah. Okay, my bad. What? I thought... Okay. I'm confused now. I'm confused. I'll be honest. Bronze is tin, right? And that is tin. Oh, it's zinc. Oh, blast. It's zinc. I'm stupid. I always mix it up. How to make brass and how to make bronze. It's tin. I've been looking at zinc all this time, thinking that I had tin, and I don't. That's a complete waste of time. Infuriating. I don't have any gold. Oh, great. I'm starting to freeze to death. I never even looked at brass. Because you can't do much with brass. You want bronze. Zinc plate, zinc. Yeah. Great. Okay, I can't make bronze. Silly me. I thought I could actually... Yeah. I need tin or bismuth. I have not seen that at all. Black bronze is... Black bronze is... Yeah. Copper. No, silver and gold, which I don't have. Do you know, I thought I had silver. So, yeah, I need tin. Trapped. Very tempted to swear at this point, but that's not my style, so I won't. Where do you... Okay. Where do I get tin from? it's kind of weird that they have zinc. Mind you, tin in reality, tin, the Bronze Age, right? Everyone's familiar with the Bronze Age. Bronze Age, huge step forward, obviously, in human capabilities. Copper, from what I gather, wasn't a real problem. Getting copper wasn't a huge problem. The problem was tin. And the entire Bronze Age in Europe was essentially, as I understand it, fueled by very few supplies of tin, one of which was Cornwall. And then there were a couple of others scattered around Europe. So there was a lot of trading to fuel, so to speak, the Bronze Age in Europe. That must have been quite a fascinating time. Right, and that didn't get me up to temperature. So I am stuck with copper. Unless, well, I thought I did have silver, but let me just, I mean, I've got gold. And I've got tin. I have tin. I can make a very limited amount of bronze. Do I want to waste that? Do you know what? Yes, I do. Because it's better to have it than not. So I can make a limited amount of that. So create 10 units of tin. Let's see. I can make tin bronze. Let's go grab a mold. Where did I get the tin from? In case anybody's wondering why I'm spending... If anyone's new to the game and wondering why I'm spending so much time indoors, it's because, have you seen what the weather's like outside? It is -5 at the moment, and that's warm. It goes down to -12 at the moment, and you do tend to start freezing to death quite readily, which as an activity is not something I necessarily recommend. We have made bronze. A small step into an advanced technological age. I think it's hilarious that they use wooden tongs. Oh, didn't want to do that. Yeah, it's only -6 outside. But look, yeah, look, I can't, I can't get out. Yeah, this is what I'm having to deal with. Oh. So we are back to panning. Okay, I've got food, I've got warmth, I've got capacity. Back to panning. Ah. Can't believe I wasted all that time on stupid zinc. I can make one useful. Oh, do you know what I ought to do? I ought to make a saw. Actually, a saw is not massively important right now. I mean, I want it for... I'm going to want a saw to make barrels. I'm going to want to make it buckets. Or a bucket, so that in principle, I suppose, I can irrigate my farm, and I don't have to keep moisturizing it with the although for a lot of the growing season, earlier in the year, it rained so much, I didn't really have to keep the ground irrigated. Ah, do you know what? Hang on a sec. Okay, let me just finish off this. Because there's something else I want to check. Because what I need to do, because a couple of days ago in the stream, I dug out the farm because I basically used up all the soil, the fertility of the soil. How can I fertilize the soil? Let's see. Fertilizer. Aha. Saltpeter bone meal. Fertilizer, nitrogen. Okay. And I got bones. All right, so compost, mix, rot, ingredient for soil. And that gives me nitrogen, potassium, and calcium. K is potassium. P is phosphorus, and is nitrogen. So I need rot, which I then put in a barrel. Is that it? Just let things rot in a barrel? Okay. Potash. Oh, wow. Water, powdered sylvite. Okay. And saltpeter, which is blasting powder. Oh, no. Saltpeter is made by... How do you make saltpeter? Oh, soil. I have to make... Okay, that makes sort of sense. Although you can actually get saltpeter from latrines. There are... In fact, there were periods where the majority supply of saltpeter came from digging out people's latrines. There was actually a market for collecting the contents of people's latrines, and apparently it was a fairly cutthroat business because saltpeter was incredibly valuable in the making of gunpowder. The other two ingredients for gunpowder at the time were charcoal, which is relatively straightforward, if tedious to make. Sulfur is technically optional, because what sulfur does to black powder is lower the ignition temperature, but sulfur was relatively straightforward. You had to trade for it pretty much, but you could get sulfur. But saltpeter, that was the hard part. There you go. More about the night soil industry than you ever wanted to know. So that is, let's see. Hang on a second. I do need a saw, but do I need it right now? I don't need to make bone meal. It's very tempting to start making bone meal, but I don't need bone meal right now. So we are back to our displacement activity, which is panning, which means it's terribly boring for everybody. Because right at the moment, this is my only source of clay, because the nearest source of clay, I went in that direction, and maybe my memory is wrong, that that particular direction didn't turn. One of the problems, in case you hadn't quite realized it, is that traveling any distance in this weather will kill you. So you've got a limited amount of time to get places. And the reason is I didn't put enough emphasis on making clothes. I can literally make one more item of clothing, and I don't think it's going to help, because I think it replaces my rawhide mantle. And I don't think the shirt gives me any extra degree of warmth. Although I'm going to have to double check up on that. I'm wearing rawhide trousers, rawhide mantle, and fur gloves and boots. And I don't think making a shirt fits into that. And in order to make proper leather, I need barrels and I need salt. And I haven't come across a salt deposit at all. Although, yeah, I don't think... I think I'm right in that. Limestone? Oh, okay. I know where there's. I think I know where there's limestone. Albeit it's a heck of a journey in this weather, which, yeah, not the best move for me to make. But I need. Let's have a look. See. Yeah, no fur robe on the list. Fur coat. Yeah, I don't have enough. I need a pelt. I need fat for the pelt, which I don't have. I should have stayed and killed that wolf, and I maybe would have been able to get somewhere. But, yeah, what I'm actually got is a rawhide mantle, a commoner coat, rawhide trousers, fur boots, fur gloves. It's sort of keeping me alive-ish. Yeah. I can make a shirt, but I think that will be that would replace the mantle. What do you put in here? Not sure. it is just barely enough to keep me alive at the moment. I thought you needed salt. Oh, never mind. I mean, it doesn't make any sense because I don't think you use salt for making. I don't know that you use salt or limestone for making leather. But I suppose there are limits to reality. Take the brains of the animal you killed and use that to create leather. But yes, that's one of the things you can do. Brain curing for leather is a thing. There's a general rule of thumb. If you take, let's take a rabbit, right? Okay, and you want to make leather out of rabbit skin. The rabbit has enough brains to cure its own skin. By the way, you can also use egg yolks. It's the fat content. I hope I'm correct in saying all that. I'm speaking from... Oh, I didn't realize you were a streamer. What do you stream? If I may ask, before you head off to bed. I mean, I'm most certainly not going to get the chance to watch you, unfortunately, but I would be curious to know what it is you stream, and maybe other people would be interested as well. Because this is actually coming to an end now, because I need to get ready. Well, yeah, in 2 hours I've got a long dark live stream, which is part of my regular thing. Oh, right. Well, have fun with that. Thanks for watching. Yes. And I need to replace the torches. I'll do that tomorrow. Yeah. I've learned a heck of a lot. If I get through, I got a policy I've mentioned before. If I start freezing to death too often, or if I start starving to death, or if I starve to death too often, I will basically drop the game and restart rather than just constantly respawn. I will consider if I can't do a proper go of survival through the winter, I will have failed and need to start over. Right. So, as I said, I will be back in 2 hours from now. Hopefully this time I remember to put the correct... Well, yes, there is that. Yes. If I were to restart this, I would be a lot more aggressive about the whole farming thing, I can tell you. So yeah, like I say, I'll be back in 2 hours with the long dark. I probably won't be hunting the cougar again. That really didn't work out, even though I never even saw the creature. And then this evening I will probably do Warframe again, because Warframe seems to have picked up a bit in the evening. So my schedule will be above my head when I go to the stream ending scene, which fortunately I have now corrected. My apologies to anybody who saw this and was a bit confused by the Warframe scene. That was I forgot to change that. If I don't see you all again, hope you have a great rest of your week. If you're going to come back, I will see you soon. Thank you all very much for watching. Thanks for the likes. If anybody feels like subscribing or following, that would be appreciated. Obviously helps the channel grow. Only another 151 more subscribers and I can get monetized by YouTube, which is more of a flex probably than anything else. I will see you all next time. Thank you very much.